Hello, fellow fans. I'm Mark. With me is my co host and the person I always wonder what would happen if we bought a zoo. It's Bryan. Hey, Bryan.
Am I the Matt Damon in this scenario?
I'm sorry, could you say his name properly?
Am I Matt Damon in this scenario?
Welcome, everyone, to UWF on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. On the last episode, Bryan and I united to discuss the Muppets. Yay! And pick what we would want for their next movie, whether it's in fun 3D or not. On this episode, we unite to discuss big movies that came out on the same day, just like Wicked and Gladiator II, or shall we call it Glicked? Join us as UWF starts now.
It has to be Glicked, doesn't it?
Oh, Glicked? Glicked? Who?
All right, let's do this one last time.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Football is life.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
X never, ever marks the spot.
Is Star Wars the one with the little wizard boy?
This is the way.
Avengers! Assemble.
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
Hello, fans. There it is. Hello, fans. Hello, Bryan. Thank you all for uniting with us as we talk about all things fandom. Please give us a rate or review wherever you listen so we can out with more fans out there on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Follow UWF on Facebook, Instagram, X Twitter, and Discord, especially Discord to get Discord privileges. Bryan, I'm looking at it now. It spelled essentially like the word clicked, but with a G.
Yeah,
but you're right.
It's Wicked.
Yeah.
Gladiator,
So Glicked.
Yeah.
Glicked?
Yeah. Like Barbenheimer and Glicked.
Barbenheimer. I think Barbenheimer still wins.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Like for a name, Barbenheimer. Glicked. It's like I caught something.
The posters for Barbenheimer will never ever be topped.
No, yeah. I don't think this movement is getting quite as big a steam, but that's fine.
I think part of that is the Barbie phenomenon, and part of that is just the time of year, right? Like in July of 2023, we had nothing better to do.
Yeah. I mean, this one we have so little to do. Nobody even went and saw the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Evans Santa movie, Red One.
Segue.
So, yeah, I don't think I haven't seen it. Bryan, do you intend to see it? Are you going to take the kids?
No.
No.
I mean, I will. If I end up in the movie theater, I'd have to end up in the movie theater 4 times to go see Red One at this point, because I'm gonna go see Gladiator 2. My daughter, at the very least, wants to go see Wicked. I'll go see it. Like you loved it, which we'll talk about in just a second. Mark Valentine loved it, and then Moana 2 comes out in like 5 days. So
yeah.
I read one $34 million in its opening weekend on a $250 million budget. My question is, how did something that was originally direct to streaming ever get a $250 million budget?
Was it? I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw the preview, I thought, "Oh, it looks like a Netflix movie."
That was the original plan. I have to imagine when it became theatrical is when it got a bigger budget, but still.
Probably because The Rock wanted more money. But yeah, looking at it, I don't understand. I rarely will ever say a movie should cost that much. So
I met somebody today at work that said, if The Rock's in it, I will watch it. And I was like, I lost that faith in The Rock long time ago.
Yeah.
But that one he did with Sean William Scott, what was it? Walking Tall? That movie rules.
Oh, The Rundown.
Oh, The Rundown. And what was Walking Tall? Who was in that one?
That was Johnny Knoxville.
That sounds like something that I would enjoy.
That's where he's like the sheriff of a town after, like, it's a remake.
But it is Johnny Knoxville. It is The Rock still. Okay, I'm not totally crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's still in it.
The Rundown was the one with Sean William Scott. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So we're going to talk about the Glicked thing. Mark saw both of them. I haven't seen either one yet, so it is going to be non-spoiler. But first, we've got one thing we need to get Mark's reaction from, and that is the trailer for the live-action, quote-unquote, How to Train Your Dragon.
All right, so we all have heard me go on my rant about The Lion King, whether that's not a live-action movie, to it is essentially just a shot-for-shot remake, but up-to-date graphics of the original. Somebody has shared a parallel preview of the original animated movie, which is a animated masterpiece, and compared it to the live action trailer. And I'm gonna put a fine on them for this because I would feel bad for the artists who worked on the original, who did storyboards, who are not getting paid for this movie that is essentially doing what they already did storyboard wise. Am I going to go see it? Yes, but I'm still going. It's not fair to criticize The Lion King and say this one did nothing wrong.
I would push back on that, only from the standpoint of the important part of this film is animated, sure, but there's lots of stuff that is live action, because you don't consider the Jungle Book to be animated.
Oh, I'm not saying that. The fine I'm giving to How to Train Your Dragon is that it does not look like it's original.
Oh, they're not treading new ground at all. No, absolutely not.
No. I'm not calling it an animated movie. That is still, The Lion King is still fined for many reasons, including that. This one, I'm just saying, did you only do this because of the new land at Universal? Even some of the characters, like Gerard Butler and some of the other Vikings, look like they'd be essentially perfect for theme park meet and greets and not a movie. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, I think you just answered your own question, right?
I did. I really did. It's right there.
Isle of Berk at Epic Universe opens May 22nd of 2025, and this movie comes out June 18th of 2025. It's going to be a perfect time for that to happen, right? So I think, I like the movie. You have far more of a passion and love for the film than I do, but I think after seeing a trailer makes me question the reason for the film even more, honestly, because it literally is shot for shot live action remake. At least The Lion King was 30 years later. Like this is 10 years later. When did How to Train Your Dragon come out? 08? I guess it's 15 years
if
later.
We're going to go down that rabbit hole, then the Moana remake.
Well, that should never be happening either.
Yeah. Which pictures have just come out on it. And you and I have said from the longest time that should not have been a thing, especially so close.
How to Train Your Dragon 2010, so it'll be 15 years after the fact.
Jinkies.
And Lion King was 2017, right? So it was only 23 years after the fact.
And then we did ask on our Instagram poll, is anyone excited for Mufasa, the Lion King follow-up? I dig that it is a unique story. I'm not excited. I honestly forgot about it. Patrick, listener of the show, Patrick, he gave it the highest vote. Everybody else was medium to low. Patrick gave it a high excitement. So,
just checking the Lion King live action, quote unquote, live action Lion King 2019. So it was 25 years after the original. I answered that question on Instagram and I put it in like the bottom third and it said that was the average answer. So either I was first or I have a good pulse of our audience.
Yeah, no, I would say it was about 35%. So it's definitely on the bottom. Nobody's really excited for it.
I don't know if I'm going to go.
Whoa. Bryan, we're on a Disney podcast network.
I don't have any interest in this movie.
I'm going to see it. I'm not going to see it in December when it first comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to talk about Glicked. Can we talk about Gladiator and Wicked?
We can. I will start with I was disappointed because AMC did not do like it did with Oppenheimer and Barbie, where it split the Dolby theater. No, this one, understandably, I think I get it financially. They are committed to Wicked, but
especially in Orlando, that's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. I was a little hurt that Gladiator 2, at least the first week, is not getting a Dolby. So, but that's fine. To anyone, please go see Wicked in whatever the best picture and sound quality theater you can find.
Is Wicked getting pushed for Moana 2?
Oh, I didn't even check that yet.
I bet it gets pushed for like a week and then Wicked comes back.
Yeah. You,
Okay, but
it's
how
a
was
Disney
you say?
theater.
Yeah, you say
It's a
go
Disney
see it.
theater.
You say go see it. How good was it? Non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler. What I say is grand, epic movie musicals are rare. You don't see them that much. Like Tick Tick Boom, West Side Story, In the Heights. Those are on the lower side, so you don't really see ones like Wicked. I mean, the last one that comes to mind, it might be animated. So, anyways,
What about
go see
Cats?
this. Hmm?
What about Cats? They had buttholes.
That cut still hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever get it in the end.
Release the butthole cut.
Get it? If we'll ever get it in the end?
I didn't, but I do now.
Yeah. Way to put a hole in that joke by talking over it. Anyways, so yes, go see it. I was blessed to be in a theater that not only did nobody sing in it, which please people wait until the sing along versions come out.
I think you're
be
too
that-
worried about this.
It's popping up though. There's more and more stories coming out. So, but kudos to not only my theater audience not singing, they also did not clap or cheer to the Nicole Kidman AMC thing. So thank you.
That's rare.
I know. They were so well behaved.
It doesn't happen in my theater, but I also am not in the Disney Springs crowd like you are.
Hey, so yes, Wicked, beautiful. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it moves very quickly. Not Oppenheimer quickly, but still very quickly. And it's going to get deservedly so Oscar nominations. I got to give a shout out to them. I did a kind of like a Wizard of Oz marathon before it, where Oz the Great and Powerful, which once again, listener of the show, Patrick, love you. Thank you for listening, is in our Discord and was giving that movie a shout out. I rewatched it. It did not age well with me. James Franco just annoys me. But getting to the point, I've been getting burned out on movies where they have the huge CGI surroundings, and we've talked about this with Tim Burton and his Alice in Wonderland movies. We saw it in Ant-Man Quantumania, and we saw it in Oz the Great and Powerful. This one actually had epic sets. I know I keep saying epic, I don't care, but it had practical sets, and they expanded it with visual effects instead of just having the set be visual effects. So I loved that. It kept me in the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, award talk. I can see it getting definitely a Best Actress nomination. Grande deserves Supporting Actress nomination. I don't think she's going to get it. I don't think she's going to get it.
Cynthia Erivo is the main character. She would be the best actress in a leading role.
Yeah, she will get a nomination. I know we've talked about the off the screen stuff. Let's move past that. On the screen, she was just brilliant. So deserves a nomination. Her singing, she nailed Defying Gravity. She nailed the character. But Grande actually surprised me. I thought she was hilarious when she needed to be. Her acting is coming a long way, but I feel bad. I don't think she's going to get a nomination because one, it's comedic, and I think people are just going to go, "Are we really going to nominate Ariana Grande?"
Is it her best Kristen Chenoweth impression, or is it her best Glinda impression?
She brought her own performance to it.
Good.
Yeah. Totally. That's just it. Nobody tried to do like any other thing. I've had people ask me, "Oh, like they added stuff. Like if you want to see Wicked, the like stage musical, go watch it on Broadway HD or go see it in theater. This is a movie adaptation. They're going to work on stuff."
That's what Mark said. Mark Valentine said, like, when you do a film, you have the ability to expand upon more stuff than you would in the theater, right? Like you're going to add to the story, especially if it's going to be a 2-part film. The last thing, and I want to get your reaction to this, I believe the direct quote from Mark Valentine is, "Wicked reminds me why I love movies." Just as a movie in general, he couldn't stop talking about it.
What I said was Wicked is a great example of why I love going to the movies. So,
All right.
yeah,
So
great theater
similar.
experience.
How about Gladiator 2? And then we will get to our comparisons for the episode.
Gladiator 2, it was a little hindered because I had a group in my row that talked during the previews, made comments during the movie. I had to ask them to stop talking. One of them had an iPad and would play a game here and there. Please do not ever be this person.
Doodle
But anyways,
jump.
so Gladiator 2, good movie. Definitely see it on the big screen, but it's not as great as the first one. And I think that's all because we have several characters. You have Denzel. Ooh, this is a great character. Let's kind of look at what he's doing. Oh, Peter Pascal. He's also kind of a really great character. Let's look at him. Hey, there's this mysterious new gladiator. Let's look at him. Hey, there's the whole Rome storyline, what it's like after the first movie. I think it suffered from, hey, we want to give these other characters some love, but oh, wait, we also got this story. Oh, wait, we got this. So the character archers kind of suffered, but overall, really good movie. You will be entertained, to quote Russell Crowe, but I don't think it's going to get as many award nominations as people are saying. But good on Ridley Scott for having a rebound movie. Has probably his best movie since 2015, The Martian. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Ridley Scott
What?
hasn't done a lot lately, so I mean.
Oh, I thought you were about to put down The Martian. You and I would have.
No. I like the
I would have
Martian.
bit my thumb at you, sir.
It's a little boring, but
You're a little boring. No, you're not. I love you. It's definitely better than Napoleon was just a cluster. Man. So yeah, it was good. Denzel, I get it's Denzel Washington. Freaking great. I don't think he's a shoo-in for Best Actor. Like, I've seen a lot of reviews, but I would definitely nominate him.
all right. Fair enough. Well,
So-
let's
Glicked.
Glicked. All right, let's pause right here for a moment to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back on the other side.
Hey guys, Diz Life Mark here, and I want to tell you all about the official travel partner here at Chip & Company. Let our good friend Sarah at Destination to Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. Sarah specializes in planning dream vacations for your family. She's an authorized Disney vacation planner, and she can help with every step of your magical vacation. The best thing is that her services are 100% free. Want to travel beyond Disney? Sarah has you covered there too. Want to find out more? Fill out a trip request form over at the website at Chip & Co. or email her directly at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com. Start planning that dream vacation today. Email her at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com.
All right, listeners. Thank you, sponsors. And Brian, just always thank you. Now we're going to talk about other films that came out on the same day. Yes, Barbenheimer is not the first to do it. Glicked is not the second to do it. It's happened all throughout history. And by history, we're probably just going to start in the 80s. Go, Brian.
We might not start in the 80s, but we'll get to the 80s. We could start in the 80s if you want to, I suppose.
Oh, wherever you want.
Let's start with the biggest dual release we've ever had, right? I mean,
Wow.
people are going with Glicked because Barbenheimer was a thing. So we're going to do two different things. It is going to be, we're going to look at Glicked as a whole, and then of the group of 4 films. No, not really. Just a group of, so Glicked will be Gladiator 2 and Wicked will be one team, and then the other 2 films will be a team, and you'll tell me if Gladiator and Wicked is as good as that group of 2. Does that make sense?
I'll go with it.
All right. So first and foremost, Glicked versus Barbenheimer. So we have, Barbie and Oppenheimer. Which of those 2 films do you like better?
Oppenheimer, I like more.
I agree. But now when we compare Barbenheimer to Glicked, Gladiator 2 and Wicked, or Barbie and Oppenheimer?
See, this is really hard for me, and I'm going to let you be the mathematician to figure this out. Oppenheimer's number 1. Wicked is easily number 2. Then Gladiator 2. and then Barbie. So like the first and 4 are together, but then the 2 and 3 are there.
2 and 3 averages out to 2.5, and 1 and 4 averages out to 2.5. So it's a tie.
I
would in a tie. I would give it to Barbenheimer because Oppenheimer is number 1.
Yeah, but I would gladly watch Wicked over Gladiator 2 and Barbie. But I would watch Oppenheimer over all of them. It's just such a great movie.
Barbie
Yeah.
and Oppenheimer released on July 21st, 2023. Let's go with the next one that I think is actually very, very difficult. March 31st, 1999. You have The Matrix, and you have 10 Things I Hate About You. Which of those two films do you prefer?
Man,
I
think I'm
love
gonna lose-
both of these films for very different reasons.
I think I'm going to lose my nerd card, but I'm going 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, man.
But I love The Matrix, don't get me wrong. But 10 Things I Hate About You, you put that on, I'm always in the mood. The Matrix, I got to be in a slight mood for it.
It's either 10 Things I Hate About The Matrix or The Matrix About You, which
Ooh,
is kind of
Matrix.
The Matrix About You is kind of
Yeah,
meta.
I was about to say, that's really deep.
All right,
It is
so
about you.
March 31st or November 22nd, which are you taking?
Oh my God. All right, so am I doing which one? What double feature would I rather watch?
Correct.
Is that what I'm? Okay. Man, I can't believe it. I'm gonna do 10 Things I Hate About You and The Matrix.
I agree. All right. Next
Oof.
one.
All right.
The Mama Night, The Dark Mia. I don't know. July 18th, 2008, The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia came out on the same day.
This isn't even that hard for me.
Don't say Mamma Mia.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, between the two?
Yeah.
No, it's The Dark Knight.
Okay.
But I will always gladly watch Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. I'm ready for Papa Pia, Mamma Mia 3.
So I would assume The Dark Knight is number 1 out of this group of 4.
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't like Wicked as much as The Dark Knight, which, I mean, again, The Dark Knight's very, very good.
Yeah, I would go Dark Knight, Oppenheimer, Wicked, and then Mamma Mia.
Oppenheimer. That's not part of this. Gladiator 2.
What?
You said Oppenheimer. That's not in this group of 4. We're done with Oppenheimer.
When did Gladiator 2 move on?
Oh, I'm just looking at Gladiator 2 and Wicked are always there, and they're always up against the other group of 2.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yes.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. People, this is why I have
I've
Bryan.
made this plenty confusing. Don't worry.
No. You're good. Yeah, easily Dark Knight and Mamma Mia over Wicked and Gladiator 2.
Really? Interesting.
It hurts, but it goes back to what's number 1, Oppenheimer or Wicked, and it's Oppenheimer, so technically Dark Knight's number 1 over Wicked, but I would gladly watch Wicked over Mamma Mia.
All right. And to give people a month head start on our year end, like, you think Wicked's going to be in your top 5 for the year, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess looking at it, I would happily watch Mamma Mia and The Dark Knight over Gladiator 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get you to see Gladiator 2 without a woman with an iPad.
Playing a game. She played a game on it, Bryan, off and on.
Temple Run. Let's go back to the 80s. Blade Runner, June 25th, 1982, Blade Runner and The Thing.
Has Bryan seen Blade Runner?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Which version? That's how you're going to get real nerd credit.
Which version? Do you mean
Hey-o.
Blade Runner versus 2049?
No, there's like 4 versions. Ridley
Oh,
Scott always does multiple cuts. Have you seen The Thing?
Yeah. Kurt Russell,
No, you haven't.
John Carpenter.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Have you seen a horror movie? I'm so proud of you. I love The Thing. Love it. But wait, it's between Wicked, Gladiator 2, Blade Runner, and The Thing, right?
Correct. Do you like The Thing better than Blade Runner?
A lot.
Okay.
Um,
It's Harrison Ford. You have to at least have assumed I'd seen it. But I didn't know there was 4 versions.
oh my God. If I had to do a double feature, I'm doing The Thing and Blade Runner.
All right.
Gladiator 2 is really holding Wicked back.
Ooh, this one's interesting. August 6th, 1999. The Iron Giant, which I don't think is near as good as other people do. And The Sixth Sense. Spoiler alert, he was dead the whole time.
No. Take it back, Brian. Take it back. Love The Sixth Sense. Iron Giant's good. I mean, Ted Lasso loves that movie.
I just think it's so overrated. Like, people talk about the Iron Giant, and like, honestly, I'm gonna do it.
Good morning.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Feeling
I am getting to the point where I think that a Goofy movie has become overrated. And I love that movie. But the amount of Goofy movie content on, maybe it's just my algorithm, I don't know. The amount of people who are obsessed with Goofy movie now is making me not want to watch it anymore.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Because I
get it.
love that movie. Like, I absolutely love that movie. But I've been on the Goofy movie train for 30 years now.
Yeah.
It's
I would
really
love for
annoying
them
me.
to do a stage production of it somewhere, but yeah.
Sixth Sense, Iron Giant. Which one do you like better?
I'm gonna go Wicked Gladiator 2.
All right. Next one, The Princess Diaries. Way you know she'd tell you if you were bad, tell you off. And Rush Hour 2. This was on August 3rd, 2001.
If I had to pick between the two, Princess Diaries 2 is definitely, at the time I would have said Rush Hour 2, but now it's Princess Diaries.
Okay.
So, but it's Glicked.
We should do a United We fan on the Rush Hour trilogy.
You got Glicked.
I feel like the Rush Hour trilogy probably hasn't aged super well. I haven't seen one in a bit, but I loved those movies.
I've only seen the third one once. So, did you ever see the TV show?
No.
I didn't either. I don't think anyone did. That's why it was canceled.
Okay. This one I kind of hate, but that's because I hate one of the movies. November 17th, 2006, Casino Royale and Happy Feet. So similar time of year. It was like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Glicked for the win, and obviously Casino Royale out of the two of them. I am still very surprised how high people hold Casino Royale. I love Skyfall out of the Daniel Craig movies, but man, people really love Casino Royale.
People love Happy Feet too, and I don't get it.
And there was a second one. I don't think there was a third one, but yeah. I mean, hey, that movie brought love and attention to penguins and made March of the Penguins a documentary hit.
October 14th, 1994, Hoop Dreams and Pulp Fiction.
Such a weird double feature.
Super random.
Pulp Fiction for the win, but Glicked.
Okay. December 19th, 1997, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pierce Brosnan's, I believe, final portrayal as...
Nope.
Was it not?
Yeah, he did 2 more after that.
Okay. Well, Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond, and Titanic. This is really Tomorrow Never Dies versus Gladiator 2 and Titanic versus Wicked. I would assume.
It is. And here's the problem. Titanic wins. Oh my God. Am I going to pick Tomorrow Never Dies over for Gladiator 2?
I think Tomorrow Never Dies as a Pierce Brosnan James Bond film goes is pretty forgettable.
Yeah. I have to go Glicked. But God, do I love Titanic.
Me too. I absolutely love Titanic.
Check out our 90s movie episode.
Talk about a random matchup here. December 9th, 1983. Scarface, which we already know your feelings on Scarface. You think it's extremely overrated. And Terms of Endearment. Those are kind of the same film.
I think that one. I think that won Best Picture that year. Easily Glicked, Terms of Endearment. I don't think it's aging as well, but it's still good stuff. Jack Nicholson, Scarface. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like as a movie, as a story, I don't get it.
Looking for Terms of Endearment. Did win Best Picture.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Just a few more. We're going to finish with that one. I should have saved 10 Things I Hate About You in the Matrix. That one's great. This one, absolutely spectacular. And I would have expected it to be in October, but it was not.
I did pick.
No.
Matrix.
I know. I'm moving on. June 8th, 1984.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters and Gremlins.
Oh, Michael.
I'm assuming you're picking Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. But oh my god, am I gonna pick? Oh man,
Ghostbusters and Gremlins is a serious matchup.
Gladiator 2 is really holding Wicked back. I'm gonna go Ghostbusters and Gremlins.
All right, December 15th, 1995, Jumanji and Heat.
Heat. Oh my god, talk about a movie that was overlooked, should have been nominated.
Okay, I thought you were going to
Picture.
blaspheme Heat, and I was going to end this podcast permanently.
No, I love Heat so much. It was Heat and Jumanji.
Yeah. The Robin Williams Jumanji, for those that might not be aware.
For those young listeners out there. Oh man. This is actually really hard.
I honestly don't think Jumanji has, other than the Robin Williams factor, I don't think Jumanji is really that spectacular. Obviously, Robin Williams adds to that film, but I don't.
Yeah.
If we were ranking the Jumanji trilogy that we have right now, like I think the first new one is my favorite of the three.
The whole storyline with Robin Williams and his dad, that was actually darker. If you go back and watch it now compared to when you were a kid, that storyline's actually pretty, like, a little heavier now. I'm going Glicked, but everyone please go watch Heat.
Heat is so good. There's a book about like the sequel.
Oh yeah, I heard Adam Driver wants to be in the sequel movie.
November 22nd, 1995, 29 years to the date of the release of Glicked, Toy Story, and Casino.
Ooh, Casino's really good. I really enjoy it.
I don't. Like, I think Casino's fine, but it has very little rewatch value for me.
Yes, I go with you on that. I'll always watch Goodfellas. If I'm doing a Martin Scorsese long movie, I'll do that one over Casino. Glicked. Man, I'm sorry, Toy Story.
Okay. I like this one. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and Poltergeist both came out June 4th, 1982.
And you know what came out a week later?
Khan. I don't know what.
Home.
It was June 11th of 82?
Yeah. E.T. came out like a week later.
Which killed both of these box office wise, I'm sure.
Yeah. Poltergeist easily over Wrath of Khan. Sorry, Trekkies. And I'm going to go Glicked. That hurts, though. It really hurts. Oh, man, that hurts. I'm sorry, Poltergeist. I love you.
This one's wild. March 13th, 1987. Rising, Arizona.
Raising.
It is Raising. This website says Rising. I knew it was Raising.
Who?
Raising Arizona and Evil Dead 2. Those are the same.
Raising Arizona is hilarious. Everyone, please watch it. I have a feeling most of our listeners haven't seen it. Maybe even the same with Evil Dead 2. God, that hurts. This hurts. I like Evil Dead 2 more than Raising Arizona. If I had to do a double feature, I think I'm doing Glicked. Oh my god, I hate this.
This one, I know my answer. I know your answer.
You know what, Brian? This whole thing stresses me out. Stuff like this. Like whenever you see the thing and it gives you 10 songs, characters, or movies, but you can only keep 2. And I'm like, no, I love 7 of the 10. This stresses me out. Go ahead.
Yeah, but which ones do you love most?
I hate you.
This is the final one on the board. November 7th, 2003. Love Actually and Elf.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know your answer. You know your answer. Just say it.
Love Actually for the win.
Yep.
And then I'm doing the holidays over Glicked.
All right.
Would you have done that? Yeah, you would. Well,
no, Elf would have. I haven't seen the other 2, but Elf is my vote for the 2.
Yeah.
Love Actually, I can take it or leave it. It's fine. My favorite part of Love Actually is when they recreated the scene with the signs in that Christmas episode of Ted Lasso.
Roy Cat.
I don't know if this worked, but I enjoyed it. Long story short, there's been a lot of shared release dates. Barbenheimer was not the first, even if it was the biggest and the biggest meme. But Gladiator 2 and Wicked sharing a release date, the most important thing is it gets people out to the movie theaters.
It sure does. And that's what it's all about, bringing the movies back, no matter what all the snob directors say about Marvel movies and other movies like that ruining cinema. No, it's about keeping the lights on at the theaters. And I both showings were packed. Wicked is selling out. Gladiator 2 is selling out. They're both competing over popcorn buckets. Have you seen the arena popcorn bucket for Gladiator, Brian?
Yeah, it's freaking sweet.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like $50, right?
Something like that.
I don't know if I could do it. Okay, I do have one question about Gladiator 2.
Oh, yeah.
Is it cool when they fill the arena with water, or is it corny?
No, it's really cool.
Awesome.
Like the history nerd in me loved it, even though I'm reading historians were like, there were never sharks. And of course, Ridley Scott went off on historians like he did with Napoleon. But anyways, great scene. The only thing that really I rolled hard, and it's in the previews, you see the gladiators fighting kind of shaved down baboons. It kind of looked like something out of a horror movie, and I didn't think we needed that. So, like, what are we doing here? Anyways, but yes, highly recommend. Wicked is more than likely going to end up in my top 5 for the year. I don't see how it won't. Gladiator 2, I enjoyed it, but I don't see it in my top 10 for the year.
Do you think Wicked gets a Best Picture nomination?
Yes.
No question.
No question. I also think Gladiator 2 will, but I would be okay if it didn't.
Do you think Wicked wins Best Picture?
No.
What does?
I'm not there yet.
We'll talk about that in about 5 weeks from now.
Yeah. We'll have an Oscar episode. We'll have our end of the year episode. Fear not, listeners. We love doing those episodes. So Brian and I disagree and agree with the Academy. Oh, wait, the popcorn bucket. One last thing. The only reason I thought about getting it is it would have made for a really great cat bed.
Is it that big?
Oh, you're right. I haven't seen it in person. Maybe it's not big enough. I don't know. Either way, if it is.
What is this? A gladiator arena for ants?
Well, on that note, that concludes this episode. Brian, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for being the best co-host someone could ask for. We thank you, fellow fans, for uniting with us. For those listeners who want to get in touch with the show, please do so. Brian, let them know how.
You can find us on Instagram at United We Fan Podcast, on Facebook at United We Fan the Podcast. Get a hold of us in either spot. We'll get you a link over to the Chip and Company Podcast Network Discord.
Yes. Enjoy the Discord benefits and privileges. We appreciate all of you Discord members. Thank you again, and listen to us wherever you check out your podcast. Till we unite again, fans, give us a rate and review wherever you can so we can be popular. Bryan and I want to be popular. We'll be good at podcasts, and Bryan, just play me off.
Diz Life Podcast is brought to you by the Happiness is Addictive collection. Happiness is Addictive is passionate about spreading laughter and creating smiles worldwide. They love bringing their global community together through optimism, cheer, hopefulness, merriment, and celebrating life's magical moments. They know how important it is to celebrate life's adventures, and their apparel will give you everlasting, one-of-a-kind memories through pixie-dusted family photos, compliments from park guests, and magical moments with cast members. They pride themselves on high-quality, custom-made apparel at competitive prices with world-class service. Let them help you create a lifetime of memories, whether you're Disney bounding, kicking it poolside, participating in Run Disney marathons, having costumed adventures, or just living your best Disney life. You can find their Happiness is Addictive shop on Etsy. You can also find them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Pinterest. They are proud to be featured in Indy Central Florida, the Thoughtful Gift Club, and now here on Diz Life Podcast. Their collection was founded by a 15-year former cast member who knows how to enhance your magical moments for a lifetime of memories with your family. Don't forget to use promo code DizLife15 to take an extra 15% off. What are you waiting for? Head over to Etsy and start getting happy today. Follow the link in our show notes and you'll find out for yourself that happiness is addictive.